This is Des Barnes with Pretty Girls Love Sports, and I'm here at the Celebration Bowl. Third time is the charm. That is the theme for today because the Jackson State Tigers were able to wrangle up a deciding win over South Carolina State University, 28-7. I do want to say that 7 points is the lowest amount of points that any team has ever scored in the Celebration Bowl. There was a 21-point margin, and that ties for second. Fun fact is that margin comes from the last time Jackson State and South Carolina State played here at the Celebration Bowl. Jackson State dominated throughout the entire game. And even though they had some costly penalties, they did not let it get to them. They continued to have their brotherhood, continued to have each other's back, and went out there and played the best complimentary football that they could. When we were in the pregame conferences via Zoom, Coach Berry kept saying the team that plays the best and wins the margins for penalties, turnovers, time, and just playing the best football will be the winners of this team. And rightfully so. Jackson State went in and did not look back. Once they got points on the board, they continued to just move down the field in the way that they know. In their post-game, the players consistently said how head coach T.C. Taylor was the best coach for them, how they always knew that he had their back, he stayed on them, pushed them to be the best that they could be. Everybody said that they started off in the summer, and now they've went 12-2, and they finally get to rest. Head coach T.C. Taylor gave so much props for them becoming a family and having a brotherhood, knowing that when one side of the ball lacks, the other side will pick up, knowing that everything has to be complimentary, coming in here playing against a strong South Carolina team. There was word from the South Carolina sidelines that their offense changed as they came into the Celebration Bowl today, and they could not understand why. There was note that quarterback Eric Phoenix was hurt, even though he played for majority of the game. You've seen their backup quarterback come into the game because they wanted to give a spark, according to head coach Berry. But it seemed as if when Phoenix was in, the game flowed better. He led them down the field and was able to get that 7 points on the board. In postgame, Coach Berry didn't speak too much about the 30 yards. He said the defense played really good against them, but overall he said that they just didn't win the game. They didn't give enough execution, and they didn't go 1-0 as they always do. He also made the remark that they did not pay the fee today, and I think that Jackson State is the one who paid the fee as they continue to guard the yard. The offensive MVP was the quarterback, Jacobian Morgan. He was 15 for 21, 233 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Their star running back in Irv Mulligan had 25 carries, 71 yards, and 2 touchdowns. At the end of the day, head coach T.C. Taylor really had to take in the moment, said that he prepared for this. He's always wanted this job, and he knew that when he got on the job, he had to be ready, and that he wanted to be here last year, but maybe last year was not their time, but this year it was. And he said, as many times as I get here, I'm going to eventually take one home, and he did. The moment for him was really when he heard the crowd shouting his name, T.C. Taylor. A lot of fans were saying he was doing something that Coach Deion Sanders could not do in bringing home that win here to Jackson State. Although they have been on a very long season, they can't wait to rest up a little bit. They're having a great recruiting season, and they also said they can't wait to get started because they want to get here next year. A lot of great things are going home back to Jackson this evening. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure you're liking, sharing, and subscribing on all social media platforms at PG Love Sports, and I'll see you next time.
Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby girl.